Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Senior Night here at Gill Stadium. Tonight we'll be celebrating our seniors for both the Memorial Crusaders and the Concord Crimson Tide. The three seniors for the Concord Crimson Tide: Trevor Craig, Alex Lewis, and Kate Williams. Good luck to the Concord Crimson Tide on your futures, and we look forward to seeing you in action here today. Now for your Memorial Crusaders. Starting things off, number 16, Colin Nichols. Colin will be attending Manchester Community College. He is walking out today with his mother Melissa, Father Kevin, and his grandparents, Tom and Sheila. This is Colin's first year with the Crusader program, and we thank Colin for his contribution to the Crusaders team this year. Good luck, Colin. Next, number 2, Ben Maylou. This is Ben's 4th year with the program and his 4th year on the varsity squad. Ben will be attending Ohio Technical College studying automotive and coaching with Zach Johnson with baseball. He is walking out with his mother Jennifer Haynes and father Michael Maylou. Thank you, Ben, for your Crusader seasons. Now, next, number 5, Matt Bernardo. This is Matt's 4th year with the program and his 3rd year on the varsity squad. He'll be attending New Hampshire School of Mechanical Trades studying electrical. He is walking out with his mother Jean, father Joe, brother Ryan, and his niece Madison. Thank you, Matt, for your continuation with the Crusaders. Next, number 7, Isaiah Solis. Isaiah spent 4 years with the Crusader program and 3 years in varsity. He'll be attending Northern Essex Community College studying criminal justice. He is walking out with his father Vinny, mother Tanya, brother Alex, and his girlfriend Hannah. Next up, number 8, Lennox Laviosa. Lennox's 3rd year of the program and his 2nd year playing varsity. He'll be attending 8-year flight school in the next few years. He's walking out today with his mother, Isa, sisters, Shiza and Sheila, nephew, Adriel, friends, Zobair and Nat, and his girlfriend, Kiana. Thank you, Lennox, for being a Crusader. And our last Crusader, number 18, Zach Johnston. This is Zach's 4th year of the program and 4th year playing varsity. He'll be attending UNH studying education and will continue coaching baseball, competitive baseball, at the highest level he can be. He's walking out with his father Daryl, mother Caitlin, and his grandmother Carol did not make it in time, but she is still a part of the Johnson clan. And we'll do one last picture with all the seniors before we get this game going. Thank you all very much for being a part of the senior night, and we look forward to a phenomenal game here from Gill Stadium.
It's time for Crusader Baseball here on Manchester Public Television. Hello, everyone, and welcome to Senior Night for the Memorial Crusaders as they face the Concord Crimson Tide, as Isaiah Solis will be involved in a phenomenal pitching duel here, looking to start things off for the Crusaders to play some good defense versus the likes of senior Trevor Craig. It's going to be a senior versus senior battle as we had the pregame festivities here with Trevor Craig being one of the three seniors here for the Crimson Tide, and he'll look to get things going here for the Tide as Isaiah Solis throws a inside pitch for ball one. First pitch 7:01 on an absolutely gorgeous late May evening here. We got a game time temperature right now of 72 degrees. And we're looking to see what will happen here between two teams that need to get some victories. Concord sitting at 7-10, while the Memorial Crusaders sitting at 6-10. And one of these teams could get into the playoffs with the way things are going. But Solis having some issues here. 3-1 count to Trevor Craig. Trevor, we saw yesterday versus the Trinity Pioneers, and he had 2 walks, and he starts tonight's game with a walk as well. So the senior is very talented, got a heck of a family here of athletes, and we'll see what his speed can bring on the base paths with the likes of Jacob Valier doing the catching duty. Going around the infield here, it's also Zach Johnson at first base, Alex Rodriguez at second. Doing the third base duty is Matt Verdaro, and at the shortstop position is Ben Malu. Out in left field, Mason Poitras. In center field will be Frank Tessier. And playing out in right field is Will Sloper, as Lennox will be hitting for him. The other senior here, or one of the many seniors here, as Lennox Labiosa will be DHing in that number 9 hole. So a 1-1 count here to big number 8 in Alex Turrent. This is the pitcher versus pitcher battle that I was speaking of to start off the broadcast here, as Turrent is a very tall and strong pitcher here for the Crimson Tide. He's certainly one of the better pitchers in the state, and now he'll see what he can do with his bat first, with Isaiah dealing with a speedy Craig at first base and the quick throw over. Speaking of Craig, Mark Craig is the umpire behind the plate. He will be here tomorrow as well and out in the field for the first time. I've seen him all 3 days that we've done sports here at Gill Stadium, and that is Mr. Buddha. And now the throw will be off, and able to steal second is Trevor Craig. So Crimson Tide looking to get ahead here as they had a tough one yesterday. A 10-0 loss to the Trinity Pioneers, while Memorial got their victory last night, 6-2, versus their arch nemesis in the Central West Knights. So a 2-1 count here to Alex, who looks to get himself an RBI. And he will slice one out into left field. They're going to hold Craig at third, but a single here from the pitcher as he looks to come around and score to pad the Crimson Tide lead, but we'll see what Isaac Valancourt can do. Isaac, the catcher, was able to get himself a single to start off the game yesterday for the Crimson Tide before being caught on the base paths. And Jacob Valier kind of gives the signs here of what to do. See if they're going to have a pitch out here to try to avoid. Valancourt takes a first pitch for a strike. Pitch just upstairs. So it goes to a 1-1 count. Sky high, racing over Solis and Verdaro. Oh, they run into each other. Oh, and Valancourt gets another chance here. What should have been an easy out on a pop out and just lack of communication. And no one catches the ball. It goes for strike 2. One ball, 2 strikes. Pitch upstairs. Valancourt went 1 for 2 yesterday. Also flew out to center field before getting pinched hit for. And he's going to slice one over to Verdaro, who will throw across a diamond to Johnston. And Valancourt is retired. Great play by Verdaro to keep Trevor Craig at third. So no runs allowed here so far. And with 1 down, we'll see what big number 22 and Will Sims can do. Will hitting from the left side of the plate could be an issue here if he is able to slice one past Zach Johnston at first. Solis with the first pitch inside, just barely misses. And Sims yesterday, when 0 for 1, did walk in the 4th inning, but was out on a ground ball to first base, and he pops one up, but this one will go into the stands here for a now 1-1 count. A lot of stress here. Turrent has moved up to second base. Now a little ground ball. Verdaro got to throw home. We might get ourselves a little bit of a pickle. They do not keep it going, and able to reach on a fielder's choice is Will Sims, as now the bases are loaded. And we'll see what Kalen Williams can do. The senior, 1 of 3 here, hitting from the DH spot. And he's got some speed, got some strength. Let's see if Solis can set him down, though. First pitch is a strike. And misses again. Count goes to 2-0. And that one was a strike. Again, bases loaded, just 1 down, but Solis finding the groove here. Tries to set down Williams. And he does! Strike 3. And Solis, a little less pressure here. And we'll deal with the 6th batter in Cam Burbank, the shortstop. Burbank watches that go past. Cam went 0 for 2 yesterday with 2 Ks. Starts off this at-bat with a strike, but is able to take ball 1 here. Solis inside, nearly hit him From my angle, it looked like it was going to catch Burbank's quad. Now, Isaiah's got to settle down. He's thrown 2 pitches quickly that have been out of the strike zone. So now a 3-1 count. Burbank, see if he sits on a curve here. He scashes one, and it is foul. Wow, oh wow. Verdaro was there, just went whistling past his glove for a very loud strike 2. So 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, bases loaded. And he's swinging a miss, and the energy is in the Crusaders dugout after back-to-back Ks. And so Lee's able to set down Cam Burbank with a strike 3. And we'll head to the bottom of the first inning. And we'll have the likes of Frank Tessier, Ben Malu, and Jacob Valier due up. Back with more here from Gill after this. Bottom of the first here from Gill as the Crimson Tide and Crusaders battled out here. And Frank Tessier will look to continue things with Alex Tarrant doing the pitching here. Alex is listed at 6'3", 185 pounds, and is a hard-throwing right-hander, dealing with a little bit of a hamstring injury here. And second pitch, Frank Tessier sends it out to left field for a leadoff single. The Crusaders have scored in their last 3 consecutive innings, going back to last night's victory over the Knights, and now we'll see if Ben Malu can swing away as well. And Ben playing the shortstop position. Like to see what he can do here after having a tough night last night. He lays down the bunt that goes foul. Ben officially over 2, flew out to right, flew out to center, walked, and then was hit by a pitch. Seems to be okay back in the lineup, but being hit by a pitch was never a fun feeling, and James Blaisdell had a little bit of wildness. But going around the diamond here for the Crimson Tide, Isaac Valancourt doing the catching duty here. First base is Brody Rossetti, and now Rossetti going to have to stay busy. The throw will be in time. It works as a sacrifice, as moving up to second base is Frank Tessier. So a 5-3 put out, and what a play right there by Patrick Owen, the third baseman. Doing the second base work is Cale Washburn. Cale has dropped in the lineup yesterday, was hitting in the 2 spot, now is hitting from the 9 spot today. But now we'll see what Jacob Valier can do. Jacob had a good game yesterday. Big double that brought in 2 RBIs in the 5th. That really put them ahead. Sun shining brightly from the west. Durant. Foul pitch that actually goes back out to Alex. Again, just one down. And Jacob would like to get himself an RBI. Pitch just misses outside. Jacob Valier reached on an error and a hit by pitch as well as that double. And swings and misses on that pitch. Falls back in the count 1-2. Jacob also popped up to third base. So weird day overall. Let's see if he can do better here since he's been on base the last 3 in a row. See if he can help his OBP. Slices one out to right field. ranging back and able to make that catch. It will work as a sacrifice. Is moving up to third is Frank Tessier. And a long fly out for Jacob Valier, as now there are 2 outs. And we'll see what Isaiah Solis can do. Oh. Isaiah certainly would love to help his own cause here with a single. Put the Crusaders up 1-0. He's got a ground one over to short. Patrick Owen double pumps. The throw is a good one. As able to get that is Will Sims. So both teams getting runners to third base, but no runs allowed so far. So we'll head to the second with the 7-8-9 part of the lineup due up for the Tide. Back with more after this. Patrick Owens fresh off of the throwing out. Isaiah Solis will be the first batter here in the top of the second inning, as Owen had 2 big plays from the third base position, able to get out. And now he slices one out to left field that drops in, and this will be a single. So the third baseman doing work here. He's already made 2 slick plays with his glove, and now standing at first base with a single. And just the second single given up by Isaiah Solis so far. And now Brody Rossetti, who is the first baseman, getting some signs from his coach at third base. See if he puts down a bunt here. He does. And the throw is a good one. No tag was there, and able to slide safely into second base is Patrick Owen. And so he stands at second base now. Back-to-back innings with the leadoff hitter, able to get his way to second base. And Solis will have to worry about Brody. Brody sends one out to left field as well. So back-to-back singles. They're going to keep Patrick at third. And now runners are at the corners for the Crimson Tide, who left 3 men on base in the first inning and are trying to avoid doing the same. They were held scoreless yesterday, and now it's up to Cale Washburn, the second baseman, to see what he can do to get himself an RBI, hitting from the 9 spot. Cale yesterday had a tough day, 3 Ks, and that's why he might have been dropped in the lineup a little bit. And now nothing better than getting your confidence back up by getting a hit. And he sends one up the middle. This will drop down, and unable to make a play is Frank Tessier. And the Crimson Tide, with 3 straight singles, take a 1-0 lead. And Washburn obviously has got to be pleased with that, with getting himself a hit and an RBI at that. And with Patrick Owen coming around to score, it'll be the top of the lineup with Trevor Craig. Craig reached on a walk before being stranded at third base last inning. He puts down a really good bunt. The throw to first is high. Zach was able to land in time, but a perfectly placed bunt that only Jacob Valier was going to be able to get, and he was able to make a good throw. A little high, but Zach was able to come down in time for the first out. But it works as a sacrifice, as Brody Rossetti able to move up, and so wasn't Cale Washburn. So they will be at second and third now. And Alex Tarrant looking to help himself. Hits one out to center field, and this will get 1 run in. They're putting the stop sign on, and Washburn has to get back safely. And a RBI single right there from Alex Tarrant helps the Tide take a 2-0 lead. The celebration is on for the Tide, who, again, were scoreless yesterday. And now Isaac Valancourt will try to help his team as well. Isaac is 0 for 1, having grounded out to third base. So Rossetti at third. Oh, what a play right there. Valier able to Superman dive and is able to catch that behind Valancourt. And now Coach Pat wants to come out and talk to his senior pitcher here, who has not been this wild in some time, and got to calm him down. Again, the pregame festivities, he had a lot of family, a lot of friends out there on the field, and to see that he throws behind the batter is never a good sign. And Coach Pat will have to say the right words to try to calm him down and get things squared away. Again, with just one down, you don't want to allow the Tide to score too many more, as their playoff lives are on the line in this game as well. And Valancourt certainly is capable of swinging the bat well, but is ahead in the count 2-0 as Jacob Valier makes his way back. The players go to their respective spots, and now Mark Craig will get behind the dish and see what he can do here. No movement on the base paths from Tarrant. Now a inside pitch that Valancourt not able to stop with. Count now goes to 2-1. Just low, so count goes 3-1. Valancourt, a junior, getting his time behind the dish. Fouls one off the helmet. And we'll have a 3-2 count. Listed as 5'10", 165 pounds. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. See if Isaiah goes for the fastball here. He does, but it bounces in, and the bases are loaded with Valancourt taking a 6-pitch walk. And we'll see what Will Sims can do here. Will is able to reach on a fielder's choice after slicing one to Verdaro at third. Pat could only do so much with that play. Now he slices one past Johnson. It's got to roll all the way down to the 312 mark. 1 run is in. 2 runs are in. A third one coming around, and the Tide have opened this game up and now lead it by a score of 5-0. Will Sims with a 3 RBI triple, and the celebration is on for the Tide as they take a big lead here in the top of the second inning. Coach Pat comes out, and it might be the end for Isaiah Solis. He's rubbing the ball so far to see if what can happen here. Trying to make sure that the team knows now what to do, as has been a tough second inning here with another big hit for the Crimson Tide, something that they did not have yesterday in that big loss to the Crimson Tide, and they're going to keep Isaiah in the game, but we will get a new pitcher here, and that will be none other than Ben Maylou, who will come in from the shortstop position. So we'll give Ben a moment to warm up and be back here for Gill Stadium in the top of the second with the Crimson Tide leading this game 5-0. Ben Maylou on his senior night as well will get into pitching mode and look to continue things here in this game, facing the likes of Kalen Williams. Kalen's 0 for 1, having struck out in last inning, and takes a pitch outside for ball 1, so 1-1 count. Kalen listed at 6'3", 215. Takes another pitch outside. He throws right, but bats lefty. Very unique right there to see what Williams can do as he takes another pitch outside the strike zone. Count now 3-1. Ben Malu trying to get his footing right, his landing foot, that is. The sand here. And he bounces that one away, and now coming home to score a head-first slide. He started diving a little bit too far away, but was finally able to make his way, and the Tide now leading this game 6-0 as Will Sims able to get home with a pass ball, and moving up to first on that walk was Kalen Williams. So the inning continues for the Tide as Cam Burbank will look to continue things. They've now gone through 9 batters in this inning, have the Tide, and Cam sliced one extremely foul for a first strike. Burbank waits for the second pitch. Malu got to try to get him. We know that he's going to be chasing. Burbank listed at 5'9", 155. Just a sophomore, so he'll have plenty of time to grow in height and weight here. And he hits one right to the shortstop. A 6-4-3 double play. Matt Verdaro able to get it to Alex Rodriguez, to Zach Johnson for the double play. And now it's up to the Crusaders to get their bats going. It'll be the likes of Rodriguez, Poitras, and Johnson due up here in the bottom of the second. Back with more here from Gill after this. Back here for the bottom of the second as Alex Rodriguez will look to get another big hit like he did last night. But Alex Trent throws him a pitch outside for ball 1. Rodriguez hoping to take that energy from that double play and bring it to his bat. But Tarrant, obviously the big righty, gets that one past him for a strike. Alex had that big double last night, then was caught at going to third. Fouls one that goes down the third base line. He also did walk and then grounded out to third base in yesterday's, again, 6-2 victory. Now the Crusaders down 6-0 have to utilize some of their skills that they had last night and use them today. And a big spot here for Alex. 1 ball, 2 strikes. And now sent out, dropping quickly, but Trevor Craig is fast and very good center fielder here. Catches that for out number 1. So 1 down, and we'll see what the winning pitcher from last night in Mason Poitras can do here. Mason was the Off the Mark Sports Player of the Game last night in that rivalry matchup, and we'll see if he can do it again. Not pitching, so it's going to be all up to his bats, and we'll see. Mason takes the first pitch for a ball. Mason was 0 for 2 yesterday. Did have a sacrifice RBI. Walked in the second, had the sacrifice fly in the fourth, and then popped up to second base. So see what he can do with an 0-2 count. Ball hits the plate and bounces over Valancourt and Craig. Craig throws a ball out there. Decent arm, a little sidearm there. Obviously, with his protective gear, it's hard to get a solid throw. But now Mason will not be swinging, and it was a strike right down the middle. So hitter's count here for Mason. See what we can do. Takes an inside pitch that nearly hit him. That was not the hitter's count I was talking about there, as he will move up to first base, and the Crusaders will look to get things going. And Zach Johnson, who got a big hit last night, see what he can do, hitting it towards the opposite field. With a runner at first. Outside for a ball. Zach, one of the seniors here. His dad, Daryl, doing the MC duties here for tonight's game, while his mother, Caitlin, does the scoreboard. Family affair all season long. And Zach watches a fastball go flying by him for strike one. 1 ball, 1 strike. Again, 1 down here. Mason at first base. Zach heading to UNH, and the throw gets away, and this is going to go a mile. Look at it, it's still on its way, and Mason chugging over to third base. The head first slide, and he is now up to third base, and Will Sims would like to have that back, as he had to chase that a long ways. And now a chance for Zach to get an RBI with a 1-1 count. Not as much room on the foul territories at Concord's Memorial Field. Zach jumps out in the count. 2 balls, 1 strike. The pitch. Zach gonna... So much going on there right there, ladies and gentlemen. Alex Tarrant able to field that cleanly. Thought about throwing to third base. Mason did not go home, and Zach grounds out with a 1-3. Obviously not the pitch that he had wanted, and we'll see if he can get back and have another opportunity later in this game. But now it comes down to Matt Verdaro. He started the game at third base. Now has moved to shortstop. Fouls that off the plate. Ended last night's game doing the pitching. So 3 different innings, 3 different places Matt has played. And now with his bat in hand, we'll look to get something going here. Matt was 0 for 2 yesterday. Grounded out in the 3rd, flew out in the 5th, and reached on an error in the 6th. Takes a pitch outside. Tarrant takes a while, but the pitch. Now a little ground ball over to second base. Handled cleanly by Washburn to Sims. And the side is retired with a walk. No hits, 1 error, no runs. The Tide leading the Crusaders 6-0 as we head to the bottom of the 3rd. Manchester Public Television is proud to be with you with this NHIAA Division I matchup. More with Kyle Heavey after this. So Alex Rodriguez with a nice 4-3 putout for the first out here in the top of the 3rd inning. And Ben Malu will look to continue. Obviously not expecting to pitch tonight, but Isaiah Solis not up to the task as expected. But we'll see what Isaiah can do from that third base position. And now it'll be Brody Rossetti who will be the second batter. Brody is 1 for 1, singled and scored and takes another strike. Rossetti pitched yesterday. Did a pretty substantial job versus a tough Trinity Pioneer squad. Was pulled from the game. Now slices one into the stands. See if anyone goes to get that. Now for the second straight at bat. Melu ahead in the count, 1-2. And now sliced down Will Sloper coming in and makes that look as easy as can be for the second out. So Crusaders settling down here with some good defense in the third after a tough second inning. And now we'll see what Cale Washburn can do from the 9 spot. Cale, an RBI single in the second. And he pops one high up in the air that will land up here on the catwalk. Ben ahead in the count already, but throws a outside pitch. Looks at the landing position on the mound, trying to cover that with as much dirt as he can. This is the 5th game in 3 days here, so the grounds crew has been busy. Now pop fly. Frank and Will out there, but it will be Will who comes down with that catch. So a 1-2-3 inning for the Crusaders, and Ben Melu pretty pleased with that, as helping his pitch count get some love from his assistant coach, Nick Provencher. And now we'll see what they can do with the bottom of the lineup. It'll be the 9-1-2 in the bottom of the third here on Manchester Public Television with the Crusaders up to bat after this. Lennox Labiosa celebrating his senior night up to bat here in the bottom of the third, hitting in the DH spot. Will Sloper, who he is DHing for, just made 2 wonderful catches out in right field. Let's see if Lennox can use that same energy and get a hold of one here as Alex Tarrant hits the plate here and bounces high up above over the umpire and the catcher. As Valancourt has something wrong with his mask here, has got to quickly put something together. It did not hit it, but it seemed like a snap came off or something. But Lennox with ahead in the count. 1-0. Inside, and a delayed called strike one for Mark Craig. And a wild outside as Valancourt loses that altogether. Lennox, who will be heading to Aviator Flight School, looking to be a pilot after his time as a Crusader. We'll see how well that goes. He fouls one off, and now count goes 2-2. Flight safety, a special thing these day and age, but obviously Lennox will have a few years of studying before that all transpires. 2-2 count. And tips that into the mitt, and Labiosa goes down, and Tarrant gets himself a K as he has looked sharp through the first 2 1/3 innings here, with now just getting his first K of the day, which is impressive to think that the Crusaders are hitting him so well. But now we'll see what the top of the lineup and Frank Tessier. Frank is 1 for 1, did single off of him in that first inning. Swings at the first pitch and misses for strike one. Frank, also a big part of the hockey team. Certainly has an incredible ability to play so well in both sports. And a called strike on the outside corner. 1 ball, 2 strikes. As Tarrant seems to get more and more confident. See what we can do here. Bounces one in. He knew it was going to be a junk pitch. He just did not know where to expect, and bounces it in. And now we'll come back with a 2-2 count. Ball up high, and Valancourt loses that out of his glove. Out of the ball bag comes Mark Craig, throwing the ball back to Tarrant. And Memorial has had runners at third base in the first 2 innings here, has just not been able to score one. We'll see if Frank is able to take ball 4 here. Tarrant gets the sign. Valancourt setting up inside. And it goes for ball 4. So Frank, who was able to get a single in the first, gets himself a base on balls here in the 3rd inning. And we'll see what his speed can do on the base paths with the likes of Ben Melu coming up to bat. Ben had himself a bunt. His first time up. He was thrown out at first, but it was a good play, working for as a sacrifice. Now with 1 out, most likely will not be the happening. He fouls one up, will land up on the rooftop, and will roll off on the other side. So Tarrant able to go up in the count with a strike 1. Pitcher versus pitcher battle. And Ben asks for time. Memorial bench getting loud here. And taking off is Tessier. The throw is not in time, as Tess able to move up to second base. Crusaders got to get runs every single inning at this point to get back into this game. Here we are in the 3rd with 1 down. Ben Melu down the count, 0-2. And slices one out to right field, coming in and able to catch that, but it's moving on to 3rd. The throw not nearly in time, and for the 2nd time in this game, Frank Tessier is at 3rd base. Frank, 1st and 3rd innings. Mason Poitras in the 2nd inning. And now we'll see what Jacob Valier can do. So 2nd time in this game that Melu has a sacrifice. And now we'll see what Valier can do. Valier watches that bounce in. Tessier had already kind of made a few steps before getting the no, don't come this way from Jacob. Jake here did the same thing as what Melu just did, his lone time up to bat, flying out to right field. Working as a sacrifice to get Tessier to 3rd. Called strike. And for Concord, they have another foul ball that Jacob will actually go and get. And now realizing through 3 innings, it's been Will Sims playing out there in right field, and Brody Rossetti has been first base, different than what they had yesterday. So just realizing that now, Will Sims has been busy. And Jacob, strike 3, swings at a low outside pitch, and Alex Turrent gets himself another K after a base on balls, a stolen base, and a sacrifice. No runs come across the board for the Crusaders, and we'll head to the top of the 4th here from Gill Stadium with the Crimson Tide leading the Crusaders 6-0. It'll be the top of the lineup here for the Concord Crimson Tide as Trevor Craig comes up for the 3rd time in this contest, looking to see what he can do. Trevor so far in this game has walked and had a sacrifice bunt, but has not faced Ben Malu just yet. And sent out to center field. Tessier coming in and able to take a few steps and make the catch for the first out. So good to see that Malu has come in and really done a great job doing the pitching, has now settled down the last 5 batters, but still it's the top of the lineup, and we'll see what Alex Turrent can do in this pitcher versus pitcher battle. Turrent so far in this game, 2 singles, has himself an RBI as well, and has pitched 3 innings of scoreless ball with 2 Ks. Only allowing 1 single so far, but obviously this is a big spot here. Turrent did not play in yesterday's game versus the Trinity Pioneers. Unsure if that would have made a huge difference with a 10-run mercy rule in the 6th inning. And Malu giving him junk pitches, but Alex not swinging at him, and is ahead in the count 3-0. Second night in a row of a beautiful sunset to our west as Ben able to throw a strike. So it's great to have the sun out. Still past this 8 o'clock hour. We are just past the 1 hour mark in this contest. And Alex will take his 3rd trip to first base, this time with a base on balls. And for the starting pitcher of Concord, most likely will not be trying to steal here with a 6-0 lead. But time will tell, and we'll see what Isaac Valancourt can do again. Valancourt is 0 for 1, did walk in the 2nd and scored a run. Pitch outside. Just the first base runner that Malu is allowed. Valancourt takes a low ball 2. So Malu having a little difficulty here throwing strikes. Tries to put some sand in his landing spot. Figure things out. Valier gives him a sign. Outside pitch that goes for ball 3. So another 3-0 count here. And Ben, after a 1-2-3 third, having some issues here, throws a strike. So 3 balls, 1 strike. Hitters count here. Valancourt swings and misses. And count now full. Look back at first. Now a strike 3 as Valancourt watches that hit the outside corner. And now there are 2 outs here, and Malu able to come back after being down in the count 3-0 with 3 straight strikes. And now it'll be up to Will Sims. Will had that big back-breaking 3 RBI triple in the 2nd inning. And now Sims hard throw to first. Melu making sure that Tarrant is paying attention at first. The pitch is a strike. Sims has reached twice in this contest. Once on a fielder's choice in the first, and then on that 3 RBI triple. Another strike there, this time swinging. Sims got to be careful here. And it back-to-back Ks for Ben Melu. And after giving up a walk, is able to get himself settled down and back-to-back Ks. And now the Crusaders will look to get their bats going. It'll be the 4, 5, 6 part of the lineup. We'll be back for the bottom of the fourth here from Gill after this. Leading things off is Isaiah Solis, the third baseman for the Crusaders. He has certainly been capable of hitting some big hits this season. Now would like to get him on base here with the Crusaders down 6-0 to the Concord Crimson Tide. Solis in this game 0 for 1 after grounding out to third base. Tries to check his swing, and it looks like he does. No check to first. Isaiah was trying to get himself an RBI in that first inning. Ran down first base. Kind of dove into Brody Rossetti, but was called out. Now 2 balls, 1 strike here. Isaiah flies one onto Valley Street. Might be landing in the bowling alley from the way that trajectory was going. Isaiah looking to study criminal justice at North Essex Community College when his time as a Crusader is over. Northern Essex, very good school. Great job with sports broadcasting as well, with some journalism classes. But now a 3-2 count to the senior. And ball 4. So a fastball outside, just does not catch any part of the white. And making his way to first base is Solis. And will they let him run or they pinch run him? He's got to put on his sliding mitt, so going to let him go. And now, with a runner at first, we'll see what Alex Rodriguez can do. Alex had a long fly ball to center field. His lone time up, 0 for 1. Takes a fastball for a strike for the first pitch. And Alex has been a solid second baseman. Also has come in and pitched a bunch this season as well. Checks that, and ball kind of got away from Valancourt. Solis a few steps away at first. Alex Tarrant trying to find the zone here. And finds it this time with a fastball again on the outside corner. Rodriguez. Down in the count. Tarrant looking to get himself another K. Rodriguez calls time. Again, no outs here in the bottom of the fourth. And a swing and a miss, and Solis is at first, so Rodriguez has nowhere to go but back to the dugout after he collects his bats. And strike 3 for the first out, as Tarrant has been able to get all of his Ks in the last 2 innings. That's 3 Ks, and has looked strong, but now he'll face the likes of Mason Poitras. Mason was able to reach on a base on balls his first time up. He was able to scooter over to third after a pass ball to first. Ball low. Mason doing the work out in left field today. Catches the outside corner for a strike. One ball, 1 strike. The lights now becoming to be brighter and brighter as the sun sets to the west. Tarrant takes a moment and calls time himself. Tarrant looking over at Solis at first. And a big swing from Mason, and unable to connect. Now Mason's got to be calm and collective here. 1 ball, 2 strikes. And a strike 3 as Mason unable to catch up to that fastball, and Tarrant, second straight inning with 2 Ks. We'll see what he can do against Zach Johnston this time. Zach grounded out to Tarrant his first time up. He is 0 for 1. Takes a pitch outside. Zach will be heading to UNH after this. He'll be studying education. Let's see what he has learned here as a Crusader to connect on a pitch. And instead, he takes ball 2. Geometry, big part here. Take that speeding ball with the hard bat and send it away. But Tarrant having some issues here. Has to step off again. Ball 3. Tarrant has 3 walks on the day so far. Has only given up 1 single. So 3-0 count. Johnson takes that strike. Took a little happy dance to first, thinking that it was strike or ball 4. First baseman looking to get to first. And he gets called strike 2. It was not a good looking pitch right there. No doubt that majority of players would not have swung at that. But Mark Craig says strike 2. Now Johnston will do it again. And that will go be ball 4. Valancourt has to stretch far to the outside to catch that. And for the second time in this inning, a base on balls. And now we'll see what Matt Verdaro can do. Matt grounded out to second base his first time up. Crusaders got to get some runs here. Pitch upstairs. patiently waiting. Tarrant gets the sign from Valancourt. Another upstairs pitch here coming, but Tarrant steps off the mound. Matt will be heading to the New Hampshire School of Mechanical Trades, looking to become an electrician. A profession that certainly will not be going away anytime soon. It's only going to get busier, so he's going to be in for a good ride here after his time at Memorial. Now pickoff move, it goes all the way out to center field, and Solis not able to move up, but Trevor Craig gets it back in. And a great attempt there by Tarrant, but was a little wide on that throw, a little high on that throw, excuse me. Cam Burbank doing the shortstop, still kind of hanging out behind Solis. 2 balls, no strikes. Tarrant seems to be struggling here. Not doing well with runners on base. And nearly hits him. Matt is still trying to catch his breath after jumping out of the way. And now a 3-0 count. Again, 2 outs. Verdara will not be swinging. And it doesn't need to on a ball 4. So 3 base on balls here in the bottom of the 4th with 2 outs. And the Crusaders still trying to get a run across the board. And Coach Jarno will come out to try to talk to his pitcher to get him to settle down with, again, a 6-0 deficit. We'll see if they keep Tarrant out here, as the junior has been throwing pretty well up until this inning. And now a slight issue here with trying to get things squared away. Josh, the assistant coach, Scott Owen doing the head coaching here. Assistants also Mark Pavaglio and Kevin Steed, excuse me, and they all leave their respective spots. Let's see if JJ has gotten things squared away. Big spot here for Lennox Labiosa. Lennox looking to lay down a bunt here. Pulls back, and it is a strike, as a long run from the outfield grass for Patrick Owen. Lennox called for that strike. Swing and a miss, so Lenny down to his last strike here. He struck out his first time up last inning. Now we've gone through the lineup here. A little ground ball. Owens will get that. The throw to first to Rossetti is in time. So for the 4th straight inning, the Crusaders leave a man at third base. This time, 3 left on base. And after 3 walks, no hits, no errors, no runs, and the Crusaders still down 6-0 to the Concord Crimson Tide. Back for the 5th after this. It'll be the 5, 6, 7 part of the lineup here for the Crimson Tide, as Kalen Williams will be batting from the left side, and he lays down a bunt that will go foul. So a great attempt, but a long 100-foot run there, and he'll have to come back and try it again, as Williams trying to surprise the Crusaders, but does not work, and goes for a very long, very loud strike 1. And for Williams, he's struck out and walked in today's game. Every single member of the Crimson Tide team has gotten on base. And Kalen will try to get it this time with a hit. But now is down in the count. And Ben Melu has come in and done a substantially good job here in relief. Ball upstairs as Isaiah Solis had a tough inning in a third before getting pulled. Again, both teams, seasons on the line here, trying to get one of the last spots in the playoffs. And Concord leading this game 5-0. And Williams will wait for the 2-1 pitch. Called a strike. Ben appreciates that call. 2 balls, 2 strikes. And ball 3, so we will do it again. A full count. Melu gets him swinging for strike 3. So Ben has really come out and done an amazing job. If it wasn't for that second inning, we would be really in a pitcher's duel between these two teams. But now it's the Crusaders who are down a bunch but have been playing good defense. And now we'll see what Cam Burbank can do. Cam has struck out and hit into a 6-4-3 double play, so I take back my words. He has been the only one not to reach base. One ball, 1 strike. Cam slices that one towards the Memorial bench. Hits the net, and thankfully everyone's okay. Patrick Owen goes and gets that ball. 2 balls, 2 strikes. And just misses inside, so we go to another full count. I haven't had to say much about Jacob Buda, the field umpire, but Mark Craig has had some calls here, and that will go for a ball 4 as Burbank is able to reach first on a 6-pitch base on balls, and Patrick Owen will see what he can do here. Patrick has singled, stolen a base, and also grounded out is 1 for 2. And Cam Burbank with some speed at first will try to find a pitch to take off to second. And now a pickoff move. Jacob says safe. A fastball right there from Ben Melu, and Zach Johnson got to be careful there not to allow any balls get past him. And Patrick Owens swings at a nasty changeup for a strike. Patrick Owen and Zach Johnson both hitting from the 7 position, both wearing number 18 today. And now Zach will try to be the bigger number 18 and unable to make that pop out. Was close, but had only so much time to get, and you can see right there, it was a long ways to run. Goes for strike 2. Now Owen will have to be careful here. Throw over to first. Patrick, the winning run so far was the first run. Now he's going to slice one out into center field for a single. The throw not in time as Owen is able to get himself another single. And with 1 down, runners are now at first and second for the number 8 hitter in Brody Rossetti. Brody is 1 for 2 in this game as well. Singled and scored in the second before flying out his last time up. Patrick hits that into the stands. There are some fans below us. Or excuse me, this is Brody. Rossetti takes a second pitch for a strike and is now down in the count 0-2. Rossetti also flew out to right field, which is basically where he was trying to do again, but it lands up on the roof where the maintenance guys work here at Gill Stadium. Only imagine how many baseballs are up on that roof at this point. But Melu, again, looking to get him to strike out, but Rossetti calls time. Ball just low. Concord with the lead, not really trying to push things on the base paths. They need this win. Don't need to give Memorial any energy here as they have been scoreless through the first 4 innings. Alex Tarrant with that hamstring injury seems to not be an issue, but Ben Melu has come in for the Crusaders to now hit out to center field. Tessier will have that land on his glove, trying to tag. The throw is a good one. Will it be? He is out. An 8-5 double play. Tessier to Isaiah Solis. And talking about energy right there, is now on the side of Memorial with that big double play. And we'll head now to the top of the order in the bottom of the 5th here on Manchester Public Television. Stay tuned for more. Concord and Memorial at battle here continues after this. For the 3rd time in this contest, Frank Tessier will come up to bat. He's gotten the best of Alex Tarrant so far, having singled and walked. And now with the last 9 outs of this game here for the Crusaders, they got to start scoring. And no one better here than Frank Tessier. He singled in the first before being stranded at third. Walked in the third before being stranded at third. And now here we are in the 5th inning as he takes a strike 1. So count goes to 1-1. Tarrant gets the outside call for strike 2. Alex has 2 Ks in the last 2 innings. Excuse me. Holding off as Jacob Budis says no. He had 2 Ks in the 3rd, 2 Ks in the 4th, and now with a 2-2 count here, looking to get his first K in the 5th. But again, Frank is ready to go. And ball outside. Tarrant put all of his 6'3" body into that one. See what he comes back with here after 2 consecutive pitches outside the zone. 3 balls, 2 strikes. And called strike 3. Frank does not agree with that one bit as he takes a walk and looks at assistant coach Nick Preventure and says, unbelievable, as now Ben Melu, the pitcher here for the Crusaders, will come up to bat. And for Ben, he has had sacrifices his last 2 times up to bat, but now with no one on base, he'll have to do it the hard way, and he fouls one into the windowsill here in the Manchester Public Television press box for strike 1. Quick timeout here from Ben, now in the box, ready to go. A swing and strike 2 for number 2. Ben has been very good at hitting the ball, as very rarely strikes out, and watches that go past for ball 1. Got to be selective here with a 1-2 pitch. Outside, 2-2. Durant takes a moment, now steps on the mound. Valancourt sets up inside. And ball goes outside, so another full count here to Ben Melu. Ben knows the strike zone well as at this point in the game. Durant deals and strike 3. Back-to-back Ks, and Durant plays with the mound, trying to get himself situated here to try to go for the 1-2-3 strikeout here, but Jacob Valier, not one to strike out as well. We'll see what he can do with 2 outs here in the 5th. Jacob is 0 for 2. Struck out his last time up and also flew out to right fields. And he slices one foul towards the maintenance guys. So Alex has been able to get ahead in the count to all 3 batters here in the 5th. Now a little ground ball that's going to go foul, and around the horn it kind of goes here as Durant gets the ball back, and now ahead in the count, 0-2. Valier ready for the pitch. High. Pops out of Valancourt's glove and goes for ball 1. One, 2 count. Outside, but called strike 3. What a frame job there by Valancourt. And Alex Durant walks off, nodding his head like, yep, oh yeah, that was a strike all the way. And that ends the 5th inning. We'll head to the top of the 6th with the Crimson Tide leading this game 6-0. Kyle Heavey, Manchester Public Television. Back with more after this. It'll be the 9-1-2 part of the lineup for the Concord Crimson Tide as Cale Washburn takes strike 1. And we'll look to see what he can do from the 9 spot. Cale on the day has gone 1 for 2, does have an RBI single, and also flew out to right field where Will Sloper was able to catch it cleanly. And now a 1-1 count. Cale again, a tough day yesterday with 3 Ks, and now behind in the count, 1-2 here. His defense was sensational yesterday, but it was the Pioneers who were really better. And 2-2 count now. Ben Melu. With a soft grounder. Isaiah Solis gets it and able to get there to Zach Johnson with a great stretch. Jacob Buddha right there to see. And Zach Johnson still glasses on his head. with the night sky. Got to worry about those lights here at the 8:42 p.m. And now it'll be Trevor Craig who will come up for the 4th time today. Trevor having a little bit of an off night, though. Slices one net, goes foul. Not by much. Didn't even have time to move the camera. Trevor walked in the first, had a sacrifice bunt in the second, and flew out to center field in the 4th. So see what he can do here in the 6th. As I know that Mark Craig was saying that they was running out of baseballs here, so we need to make sure that we get them back. Now slice Zach Johnson running over, trying for another sensational play, but unable to, as him and Will Sloper fight for who gets the baseball. It'll be Zach who gets that one. And back to their respective spots here on the field as Craig is going left. It's going right. Now we'll see if he goes center. He does, and it's a hard hit ball. Verdaro makes the diving catch of the ball, I suppose, but is not able to throw across the diamond, and that will go for an infield single. So Trevor Craig gets his first single of the day, and with one down, we'll see what Alex Tarrant can do here. Alex has been on base all 3 times, has walked twice, and had an RBI single. And now taken off is Craig. The throw, it goes into center field. Now trying to go to third. The throw is in time. My, oh my, Frank Tessier is letting it be known. Do not try to run on me. Coach Owen is out here having a few words with Jacob Buddha, but Trevor Craig will head back to the dugout. A bad throw there by Jacob Valier, but an even better throw from center field by Frank Tessier. And now 2 down here. A little different feeling for Alex Tarrant. He's going to ground one to second base. Alex over to first, and Zach Johnson able to make the second putout. But again, a big throw here from Frank Tessier will be the talk of the rest of the game. And we'll see what the Crusaders are going to do. They are down to their last 6 outs, and it's going to be up to them to continue this game. We'll see what can happen here as we head to the bottom of the 6th after this. For the second time in this ball game, Isaiah Solis will lead things off as it'll be the 4, 5, 6 part of the lineup here for the Crusaders, looking to get some magic happening here as Isaiah takes the first pitch for strike 1. Isaiah in this game has grounded out to third, walked in the 4th, and was stranded at third base. So tries to check his swing. This time is unable to, as the look down to first base as Jacob Buddha says, yes, he went. So Isaiah down in the count, 0-2, and Alex Tarrant looking to get himself another K. Ball pops out of Valancourt's glove. Tarrant put down the Crusaders 1-2-3 with all Ks in the 5th. Has 7 Ks overall. And now with a 1-2 count, Solis trying to not be a victim as well. And is, as Isaiah is in disbelief. It was so low, and umpire Craig is yelling at him to get back to your bench, and a timeout has been called, as it looks like it will be a warning, or is he going to be thrown out? I'm very intrigued to see. It looks like just a warning here, as now Alex Rodriguez will try to help things out here for the Crusaders. First pitch hits the outside corner. Alex 0 for 2, flew out to center and struck out. Takes a pitch low here. Count now 1-1. And a big swing and unable to get a hold of that one. Alex looks up at me in frustration here. Timeout called from Alex. Takes a moment, takes a breath. Tarrant with the pitch. Wanted that one, did Tarrant, as he stepped off the mound, expecting it around the horn. But does not get it this time. 2-2 count. Valancourt sets up outside. And Alex, swing and miss, nearly hit his bat into the ground. And Tarrant able to get himself another K, his 9th of the game, and has now shut down the Crusaders 5 straight with all striking out. And now we'll see what Mason Poitras can do. Mason is 0 for 1. Did walk back in the second inning before being stranded at third, and did strike out in the 4th inning. Tarrant ahead in the count again. Outside pitch, but called a strike. And you can hear the Memorial bench saying not much you can do on that pitch. Tarrant ahead in the count 0-2. Valancourt tried to get him thrown to the outside corner, but a little too far outside. Mason trying to battle back. A 1-2 count. And that one it called. So 3 straight strike threes, all looking here for the Crusaders, as 3 up, 3 down, all by way of the K. And now it'll be the Crimson Tide looking to pad their lead as we head to the top of the 7th inning. Kyle Heavey with Manchester Public Television, back with more right after this. It'll be the 3-4-5 part of the lineup for the Concord Crimson Tide, as Isaac Valancourt will step into the batter's box and takes the first pitch for a strike. Ben Maylou coming in for his 5th inning, of relief, as not allowed a single run here from the Crimson Tide. And now count goes to 1-1 to Valancourt, who is 0 for 2, did walk and score in the 2nd inning. Fouls one back into the padding behind home plate for now a 1-2. Ben looking to get himself a K. Now softly hit out into left field. Sloper able to come in and make the catch. A long run, and you can see the hair is flowing, and he is going back to get his hat with the first out here in the 7th inning. So a nice slap hit right there from Valancourt, but unable to reach first base. And now it will be number 22 and Will Sims. Will, so far, biggest hit of the day with that 3 bases loaded triple in the 2nd inning. And now he sends one right up the middle past Maylou out to center field as Tessier gets that. And Ben lucky that did not hit him, as that was an absolute laser past him for a 1-out single. And Sims able to pad his stats a little bit with another hit. He's now reached base 3 times. The other one was a fielder's choice, as he will stand at first. Zach Johnston covering the bag. And now a little bunt that will go foul. Nice attempt there by Kalen Williams, the senior, but unable to keep it from going outside the lines. And now we'll go for strike one. Now with Solis playing a little bit further up, he's expecting the bunt. See what Williams does here. Now the throw to first. Thrown nearly as hard as the ball went past him. Melu looks over, goes home. The bunt attempt is another foul. And you can see the frustration right there from Williams, who has struck out twice today and also walked in the second before being part of the 6-4-3 double play. So you know he will not be bunting here. And Melu ahead in the count, 0-2. Strike three as William fans for the third time. And Melu, after getting in some trouble with that one-out single, comes back with a K. And now we'll see what Cam Burbank brings for the Concord Crimson Tide. Burbank, who again hit into that double play, now sends one out to Frank Tessier in center for the third and final out here in the seventh. So Melu definitely has done his part pitching here, but it's now up to the Crusaders to get things going. It'll be the 7, 8, 9 part of the lineup due here in the bottom of the seventh. We'll be back to see what happens here. Kyle Levy, Manchester Public Television, glad to be with you on this Wednesday. Back with more right after this. Zach Johnson leads things off here in the bottom of the seventh. He is 0 for 1 on the day today, having grounded out to Tarrant. And Zach also walked his last time up in the fourth inning. So we'll see what he can do here in the seventh after taking the first pitch for a strike. Now fouls one up here onto the rooftop. And some velocity to that one going backwards. And now Zach got to be careful. Down 0-2 in the count. Now a ground ball to first base. And able to take it himself is Brody Rossetti for the first out here in the seventh. So for the first time in 3 innings, someone hits the ball. It's not a strikeout. So we'll see if the Matt Verdaro can get on base cleanly here, hitting in this with one down here. Matt is 0 for 1 as well, grounding out to second base. Also did have a walk in the fourth as well, and takes a first pitch for a strike. Durant gets him swinging at a junk pitch upstairs. Verdaro got to be careful here. No balls, 2 strikes. Valancourt sets up outside. And a strike 3. But the ball gets away. Or maybe one of the pitches, fortunately, was on the scoreboard wrong. So it was a 1-1 count. Now 1-2. Or he tipped that, I'm not sure. Watch as that go past. Tarrant ready to deliver. Fouled back into the netting. Valancourt goes out and quickly gets that, giving Tarrant a moment here. Gets a new ball from Mark Craig. We'll do it again. Bounces in. Valancourt has that hit the umpire. Obviously, a lot different dynamics here to what Concord has played at up in Memorial Field, and then yesterday at Alamere Field here in Manchester. The bounciness of Gill. Lemire. And now a little ground ball. This could be trouble. Able to get over there is Tarrant, and a nice job by Brody Rossetti getting the ball over to his solid pitcher in Alex, who has done a phenomenal job, is just 1 out away, and Tarrant looking to go a full 7 innings, but it'll be Lennox Labiosa in his way. Lennox is 0 for 2. Struck out his first time and grounded to third base his second time. Patrick Owen doing a good job there at third today. Lennox ahead in the count. A tipped strike 1 into the mitt. Just misses as Lennox goes up in the count 2-1. This game just passing the 2-hour mark. 2 balls, 1 strike. Strike 2. Lennox looking back at the umpire like, wasn't that low? Wasn't that outside? What? That just didn't seem right. So now 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Lennox hits it up to the middle and not able to get it. And the game continues here with a 2-out single by Lennox Labiosa. And the Crusaders still alive here, and no one better than Frank Tessier to continue things. But now Coach Owen will come out, and it might be day over here for Alex Tarrant. We'll see what he decides to do. Not sure where the pitch count is, but what a great performance. 6 2/3 innings pitched, and looks like they are going to take him out, and Patrick Owen looks to be the pitcher who will come in. So we'll see what they do with Alex Tarrant, if he stays in the game or if he walks off. He looks to his teammates here, gets some love, and his day is through. So we'll give a moment here for the new pitcher to warm up and be back to see where Alex Tarrant goes. But we're in the bottom of the 7th. Crusaders down 6-0, but we'll see what the new pitcher brings here after this. So Patrick Owen doesn't need a lot of warm-up pitches. He's been doing a good job at third base, and now will come in to try to close out this game. First pitch to Frank Tessier goes for a ball as Lennox Labiosa stands at first. Alex Tarrant just gave up 2 hits in the game and was really sensational. Almost made it the whole 7 innings, but now taken out. Inside, called a strike. 10 Ks on the day with no runs allowed. So Tarrant looking to get player of the game at this rate, but the Crusaders not going away just yet. Frank up in the count, 2-1. Frank has a single, a walk, and a strikeout in this game today. So it was 1 for 2 officially. Sent over to second base, handled cleanly, and game over here after Alex Tarrant is able to settle down. He will get the game ball for this one for sure, and the Concord Crimson Tide will continue their playoff hopes here, going to 8-10 on the year, while for the Memorial Crusaders, they will drop to 6-11, and their hopes are dashed quite a bit here with this loss. But for Executive Director Jason Cody, Operations Specialist Joe Lahr, Operations Assistant Brendan McCormick, my name is Kyle Healy. It's been a special night here for the seniors of Memorial. We look forward to seeing how they do in life, and we'll also see them tomorrow as they face the Trinity Pioneers, a 4 o'clock game here where it'll be senior night for the Pioneers, who will continue their winning ways, possibly against the Central West Knights. But thank you all very much for watching. Congratulations to the Crimson Tide, and thank you to the seniors here for the Memorial squad. It's been fun to be a part of watching you grow and prosper here on the Diamond here at Gill. Thank you all very much for watching. We'll see you again soon.